Well, I ain't mad at the outcome because I predict Seattle to win this game. Seattle was the better team coming into this game. Seattle played like the better team during this game, so yeah, they should have and they did win this game. So, I'm not mad from that end of things. I'm a little bit upset that it wasn't as competitive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a closer game that was decided by like 3 or 6 points. And frankly, the final score it didn't really spell how one-sided this game was. I mean, you got a late garbage time touchdown from the Eagles, honestly. Yeah. Should have been it should have been that 19-point score that it was for most of the game, most of the fourth quarter. So, optimistically, I can sit here and say, he's like, yeah, man, the defense looked really well, forced a lot of 3-and-outs, but in between those 3-and-outs were 72-yard run for a touchdown, another drive where he had 2 plays for 75 yards and a touchdown, and I'm just like, how is anyone on this Eagles defense going to sit here and tell you that they're the best defense in the league, giving up those big, long burner plays the way that they gave up to Seattle today? Again, not upset at the outcome, just upset at the inconsistency. Just upset the inconsistency. And Wentz, I know people are going to say, like, oh, I'm a Wentz apologist, I'm never going to criticize Wentz or whatever, but when you're going into the fourth quarter and your wide receivers have 15 total yards and the other team's quarterback has 15 receiving yards, the same as all of your wide receivers, I'm not even exaggerating. Russell Wilson had a reception touchdown in this game for 15 yards. At that point in the game, all of the Eagles' wide receivers combined had 15 receiving yards. Now, were all of Wentz's passes great, dead on accurate? No. But if you're going into almost all the way through 3/4 of a football game and your wide receivers have only amassed 15 yards, I could say, okay, either the quarterback was throwing everything in the dirt or these wide receivers fucking suck. I tweeted out this earlier and I stand true to this. The following people deserve to be jobless tonight. Nelson Agholor. That is all. Nelson Agholor is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest waste of a roster spot in the NFL that I know of right now. Who is worse? Who is worse of one? Don't give me some bum that's sitting on the bench or something like that, because, frankly, Nelson Agholor should have his roster spot replaced and filled by whoever the worst person is on the... I don't know, hire a long snapper backup to John Durham or a backup punter or anything. That is a more worthwhile roster spot to fill than to waste one on Nelson Agholor right now. In fact, I even also tweeted out, I said Seattle is playing so stupid this game because when Nelson Agholor is in the game, they would put someone on him to cover him. Why? Why waste a defender covering Nelson Agholor? I was even mad when he got that 2-point conversion, thinking oh, I did something in this game. Fuck you! Get another job. Get off this team. All right, you're young and healthy. You could be a garbage man, someone who loads trucks for a living, someone who does skydiving, parachuteless. I don't know. Get another fucking job, man. Get off this team. Get off this team. That's the only about every time I saw that 17 on the field. I even hated one of the refs because his number was 71. And even though I saw that, I just saw 17. I'm like, I hate that fucking ref. That ref hasn't done anything to bother me, but he reminds me of Nelson Agholor, and I fucking hate him. And I'm sorry, and again, it's like, what's the excuse to even have him on the field? He does nothing good. He does nothing well. It's been over a season and a half of seeing what he should, could, would be doing as a NFL wide receiver, of which he's shown nothing redeeming. And I'm sorry to turn this into the cut Nelson Agholor video, but is there anything else that's that glaring than to get rid of this guy? That drop pass he had, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like, it's a horse race as to which drop pass was the worst this year for the Eagles, but before that drop pass, Carson Wentz hooks up to Zach Ertz for what was a 70-something yard touchdown. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Eagles came to play. Why is there a flag? No, was there holding? Did Jason Kelsey do a holding again? I haven't heard him get called for holding all game. Nelson Agholor lined up illegally on the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, I'm just recreating the moment that I had in the game when I realized that Nelson Agholor, a wide receiver in the game, doesn't know how to line up properly. Illegal formation. A fucking illegal formation on Nelson Agholor. The Eagles go for the redemption play, and the next set of downs go right at Agholor. It's about 15 yards down the field. Just plenty of room to move down. Right fucking through his hands and arms. So, do I blame Wentz for that shit? Do I blame Wentz for Jordan Matthews dropping another easy pass? Wentz can only do so much, and that's not saying he had a good game besides all the drop passes. Because, man, he had a little gunslinger moment. He was like, oh, I'm going to be Brett Favre in my own end zone. Oh, there's Richard Sherman. Interception. I almost, I want to root against anything good happening for Nelson Agholor. If that's seen as like rooting against my team, then so be it. Because I don't want some silly, stupid ass, like just a fluke of flukes. This guy gets like a 70-yard touchdown or something, or like breaks a tackle and gets a touchdown. I don't want some little chicken shit fluke earning this guy a spot on the team or getting security into next season. I want him to drop every fucking pass that comes at. Why Carson Wentz would throw at this guy, even if he's open by a country mile. And again, I'm sorry if this turned into the cut Nelson Agholor video. And props to you, Seattle. Props to you. You're the world beater. And frankly, I got one fucking thing to ask of Seattle. Just one. All right. You kicked my team's ass. All right. Tip of the hat to you. I don't have a hat on. Just do one fucking thing for me this year. This season, I should say. Because it's going to be in the next year when this is going to have to happen. But could you beat the fucking Cowboys? Could you do me a solid and beat the fucking What? They're not on the schedule this year, Archfiend. Don't you know fucking anything about football? You know what I'm talking about. Beat the fucking Cowboys. Anyway, not that mad at the outcome because that's what should have happened. But man, Nelson Agholor's got to go. Nelson Agholor's got to go. Like anytime I see him in the huddle, I go. I just want to change the channel. I'm like I should be doing anything else right now than watching this play. That's the only thing that really bothered me today is the fact that Nelson Agholor still continued to have a job on this team throughout the end of the game and wasn't benched. And Greg Lewis chew him out on the sideline. He's got to fully well know what a goddamn colossal fuck up waste of a roster spot that he is. I wish there was some way that we could get his name legally changed to waste of a roster spot. I don't know, hyphenate the of in front of roster. And waste and spot can be a wasted spot. That can be there. Make that his full name. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my name on Twitter as cut Agholor now, until he's cut or until he's jobless, until he realizes that he's better off suited to be loading trucks at a loading dock somewhere or collecting garbage or doing anything else than being a wide receiver in the National Football League. Anything else. Anyways, congrats to you, Seattle. Beat Dallas. That is all.